Okay, it's time to go on the offensive, guys. Let's talk about it.
So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit.
All right, folks, welcome into this Wednesday edition of In the Booth with Earl Hall. I'm here to show you how to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. This entire week has just been amazing as far as the different things that we've been able to accomplish here at Earl Hall Studio. Obviously, love seeing you guys Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's always a great time on the live broadcast here. Still, the only voiceover coach that's going live Monday through Friday. So, hey, I need some more guys out there getting on the bandwagon. We need to get this community going, this voiceover community going, the folks that are really interested in doing what needs to be done. So, hey, maybe you're a voiceover coach. Maybe you want to start doing some live streams. Maybe you're a VO and you've got some great information to give out. Nothing wrong with starting a YouTube channel and going ahead and putting out that information that we're all looking for. As I was making this show today, is Ben Wake in the house? I see, good morning, Mage. Good morning, Denise, Judy, Steve-O. I'm wondering if Ben's here. I know he usually comes in, but at any rate, I'm sitting here this morning trying to put together this live stream and this broadcast. Yay, what's up, man? Sitting here putting together, I've got to make my little YouTube, image to post and all that kind of stuff, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be talking about. My thumbnail, that's what it's called, my YouTube thumbnail. So I go to my graphics place, which is graphicstock.com. It's kind of akin to Audio Blocks. It's in the same group. You can sign up for all their stuff, and they've got this graphics thing. So I go there, and of course, you guys saw what it was. Guy in a football helmet. I look up football on graphic stocks and all this freaking soccer crap comes up. Like, And the first thing, of course, I thought of, because me and Ben joke with each other about this whole thing the whole time. I'm like, are you serious? I put in football, and literally no American football. It was all soccer that came up. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. So I had to literally go in and type in American football. We're the leaders of the free world, and we can't own the word football. I don't get it, but completely crazy. So that's kind of how my morning started out. After the first thing I did when I came in this morning, I had a e-learning job to get out, and so I did that, got that popped out. And here's another interesting thing. This happened on yesterday. In the car, going to pick up my kids from school. Get a phone call. I'm looking, says New York. I have no idea, but I answer all of my calls. So I answer, hey, Earl speaking. How can I help you? And literally, this is how the conversation starts. Earl, we got an email from you about a year ago about voiceover, and we need you to help us with the project. If that is not the quintessential thing that happens because you use a mailshake strategy, that literally a year ago, I sent this email a year ago, and now just got a job based on an email that I sent a year ago. This is why I'm saying you cannot slip on these things. People get so, and I hear it. I can hear it in the voices. I can see it in the texts or whatever that come across where people, well, I did the mail shake last week and I haven't gotten any response. I'm like, you're not going to. It does not work that way. It's like email marketing is really arbitrary in a lot of senses. You're trying to get someone's attention, and they may not be in the realm of even wanting to do anything at this point, even though that you're sending an email to someone that could use your services does not mean they're ready. This was a year in the making, to get this particular job. And if you stop doing certain things like the Mailshake strategy, the email marketing and things of that nature, then you're not going to, if you get frustrated and because it's not working fast enough, these things don't work fast. Nothing about marketing works fast. And it's so crazy that people still are under this assumption that marketing works fast, because it does not work fast. You are not going to build a six-figure income next week. It's not happening. You may want it to, and you may need it to. It's not going to happen. So it's all about playing the game. It's about having the patience and things of that nature. Even got a video message from Will Stoff this morning, asking questions about the Mailshake strategy. And when I saw that, it's like, so I'm going to answer his question, because he was asking about the follow-up on sending out emails. And when people send a response back like, hey, we're going to keep you on file, we don't have anything right now. And you guys all know, because you talk about it a lot, that I always say, if you get those emails, respond back immediately saying, hey, is it okay if I is it okay if I contact you in the next 30 days, just to touch base or whatever. And that's the thing to do. You want to touch base. Now, what do you say in that follow-up when you do contact them in 30 days? If you have a phone number, I would actually call them. If you have an email and that's all you have, then obviously all you can do is send an email back. So basically the follow-up is just, hey, we chatted, 30 days ago, just wanted to touch base with you again to see if you've got any upcoming projects or anything's going on that I can help you out with. And that's it. I think people stress out over what to say so much that you become paralyzed to do anything, because you think that there's a wrong thing or a right thing to say, in an email. And all it is, and as I say over and over and over again, it's just like you having a conversation. How would you approach someone that you wanted to meet? Whether it was a member of the opposite sex, same sex, business relationship, whatever. How would you, if you saw them somewhere, how would you approach them? What would you say? Same thing that goes in an email. An email is the beginning of a conversation. And then the extra work that needs to be done is that these people that are giving you kind of a green light type of thing, where they're saying, we don't have anything right now, we're going to keep you on file type of thing going on. When that happens, you need to go research them on social media. You need to find out what it is that they're interested in, what it is that they're talking about, and get involved in their conversations. And I can see, feel, sense when I say things like this, that people are saying, oh my gosh, this is so much work. That just is going to take too much. Welcome to the business world. See, this is beyond voiceover. This is the business world. And how to conduct business in this world is all about social media at this point. And when I say all about social media, all I'm saying is that it's the easiest way to fundamentally find out anything you want to know about anyone. That's why we did the webinar this past Sunday on LinkedIn, and how awesome and amazing LinkedIn is as a resource for anybody in voiceover, anybody in business, to connect with people that you want to do business with. The problem is, I think that a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared to make that initial contact. You'd rather wait and sit back. That's why the whole thing about going on the offensive this morning, you'd rather wait and sit back, wait for your agent to call, wait for, someone to order something from you on Fiverr or Freelancer. Oops, I said Fiverr again. You want to sit back and wait. In this business that we're in, if you don't have an offensive strategy of going after the work, you will die in the water. Period. There's not even a discussion on this. And those that are waiting to do some things on social media, those that are waiting, everybody that is willing to do, and there's only going to be a few of us. I can tell you that right now. There's only going to be a few of us that actually dig into this thing with social media and really start getting the work. This is the only reason I'm getting work. This is the only reason that I had a job to do this morning when I came in, as far as, doing an e-learning project. It is because of my activity on social media. It is because of my participation in wanting to learn more and more about my potential clients. That's it. You do your research, you connect with these people, and you get work. Is it going to happen today? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. But if you never start doing it, you never build it up. This whole thing with social media. Thanks so much, Fail Builder. I appreciate that. Super chat. Appreciate that super chat from Fail Builder. Messed me up. What was my thought? Anyway, going back to this, it's the whole reason we did the webinar on Sunday with LinkedIn. And if you want to see that webinar, it's on the homepage of the website. It's stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. You can purchase it and you'll have it and so on and so forth. But again, here's where I was going. When you are looking at your actions as far as what to do on a daily basis, and we talk about the strategies from email marketing to social media, whatever strategy it is that you want to use, you can think of it as a little pebble and you put it in some snow and you start rolling that snowball downhill. If it stops, it gets no bigger. If it continues to roll, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. This is how this, and I want you to see this scenario. It is how it works with every single piece of marketing that you do. Because if you stop that snowball on the way down, it gets no bigger. If you stop your marketing after a couple of days or you try a strategy and you think it's not working and you stop, it stops. All forward momentum stops. All things that could come will never come. The snowball will get no bigger. Your company, your career will not grow any bigger because instead of letting that snowball run and get bigger and bigger and bigger, you're stopping it every time. And some of you are stopping it for weeks and months, sometimes even years, and that whole snowball melts and you have nothing. If you're going to win at social media marketing, if you're going to win at email marketing, whatever the marketing strategy is, and you better have some, by the way, whatever that strategy is, it does not work unless you work it. And it takes its patience over time. Patience with execution over time. Patience with execution over time. That means there are going to be spots where nothing seems to be happening. Just like with that email that I sent a year ago. Now it came to fruition. There are other emails I've sent out over the past year. I'll get work. I still get work that way. From that little mail shake strategy. That quite frankly for me is not so much of a defense or an offense. It's more of a special teams type of thing. You can kind of get, you get that thing going, you set that thing, you forget about it. And then over time, a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months, things start coming in because now people are ready to buy. What you've got to understand is just because you put out a marketing piece or send out a sales letter or whatever does not mean that people are ready to buy. Does not mean that at all. You just sent out some information. There may be someone that's hot and ready to go, but 90% of the people that you send it to just don't have anything yet. Yet. You got to have some patience with this. That's why I say, look, if you're not willing to put the next 3 to 5 years into this thing, quit today, please. And when I'm talking about put in the work, this is some hard work you've got to put in every single day. Every day. I wrote a blog yesterday for an industry in basically the business coaching industry. I wrote a blog for that, put that up on LinkedIn. I have no idea what's going to come from that. And it wasn't anything I was selling. There was nothing at all that I was selling in that blog. Nothing. All it was to give away information. Period. That would be helpful to that particular industry. That's it. I didn't sell one thing in that blog. Didn't ask for a sale in that blog. Didn't happen. This is the part of the work that most people aren't willing to do because they feel like it's not revenue generating. It's not ROI positive. An email I sent a year ago. Just got a gig. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat over here. Let's go back up. I know Ben probably had something to say. We invented it. We get to name it. Talking about football. Man, oh man. American football is just a wimpy version of rugby. Okay, Lazarus must be a non-American as well with that. Let's see here. By the way, Ben, more scripts on the way. Okay, let's see. Ben, Mage, looking forward to it. Good morning, Chris. Glad to have you in the house. Let's see. It's about Rich is saying it's all about organization and being persistent. Absolutely, Rich. John Kress, good morning to you. Scott, how you doing, my friend? Yep. Rich is saying respond to everyone. Always follow up. That's the thing. So many people mess it up in the follow up because you don't follow through, or you forget. You don't have appropriate, systems set up so that you can track when you need to call people, when you need to email people, or whatever. You got to set these things up. I mean, and you're talking to someone right now that's not the best at that. I do so much based on, writing down things on a sheet of paper. I write down things. This is what I've been writing this morning. Things I need to do. Had to set an eye doctor appointment today. So now I got to remember where I wrote where the piece of paper is that I wrote it down on. Don't use me as an example. I'm not the best at it, but I am the best at remembering how to make some money. I'm the best at remembering, hey, somebody said they wanted to do something possibly. I'm the guy that's going to remember that. So let's see. Let's see. Never start, never fail. Right, good start morning. Okay. All right. Oh, Lazarus, you're in Milwaukee. Oh, you're Milwaukee raised, but that doesn't tell me where you are. So let's see here. Steve-O, I'm not scared. Watch this. Oh, by the way, Andrea, she put up her post. She got her PF8 Pro. So I was glad to see that video in Steps to Voiceover Success Facebook group. So glad that you got that and all that packing, all that acoustical foam packing that I used. I've got so much acoustical foam in, basically in storage here. It's crazy. I could probably cover 3 or 4 offices with all the foam I have. I just bought way too much with that. Now, when we're talking about going on the offensive with your marketing, I think people still are under the misconception that you're going to get the work today. It's going to happen today. You do marketing on a big scale. You do a lot of marketing. Marketing is not sales. Marketing is not sales. Marketing is giving information out about what your brand does and why you're unique and how come you do it the best. Marketing in particular on social media, one of the best ways I found to market on social media, and you can use this on whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, it doesn't even matter. People are not understanding that. Let me start over. I'm going to give you what to do as a voice actor. If I had to start over again as a voice actor, what I'd be doing is this. I'd be recording my screen as far as when I'm doing audio, when I'm recording audio. I'd be explaining my process as far as how I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'd be posting those videos on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, wherever I could post them, and tagging relevant industries that I wanted to do work with based on the type of voiceover thing that I just recorded. If I'm Mage Pro, I'm recording my character demo. I'm recording that, and I'm telling why I decided how I came up with this voice. There's a story. It's about storytelling. This is really, if there's a secret, the secret is in telling a story, because we all love stories. We all love seeing beginning to end. So many of you that have followed me from when I started 2 years ago. You watched my videos when I was in my basement in my home studio, and you followed my career basically over the past year to see how I've gotten where I've gotten, because I've story told. Every now and then I'll tell you guys a story. But with this, storytelling is the thing. And that's all you're doing. You're documenting your process. That's it. You're doing e-learning projects. You're documenting the process. Is it going to take you more time? Hell yeah, but you want more work, right? So what's going to be the difference here? You documenting your process in a 10-minute video, 15, 20, 30-minute video of how you're creating this voiceover for the e-learning industry, and you're posting that out, and you're doing this every couple of weeks because you get different projects or whatever, or you're just showing how you would do something, and you're posting that, and people in that industry see it, they're going to remember who you are more times than not because you gave them some relevant information on you and how you are as a voice actor. You've got their undivided attention. Who are they going to hire? You? Or the person that just sends them an instant message and says, hey, I'm a voice actor, would you hire me? They know so much more about you, and they can see the detail that you have and what it is that you do and the care that you take and what it is that you do. You could set up a webcam just like this and just record yourself doing a project. You could set your phone somewhere on a, little tripod like that, set your phone up and record yourself doing this. Use a service like, what's the service that I use? Screencast, to record my screen. I believe it's free, but it's called Screencast. And you can literally record your DAW as you're working on it. And there's so many things that I would be doing if all I did was voiceover, but obviously I do a lot more than voiceover. But I could still do that. Now, what if I started doing that and going into all of you guys' profiles and seeing what groups you're in and business groups you're in and stuff like that for e-learning and video games and characters, and I started posting videos in those groups about how I do what I do? How'd you like that one? But some of you guys can own some of this. This is what I mean when I say go on the offensive. You've got to be doing something that no one else is doing or willing to do. Just like, my little tongue-in-cheek thing. I'm the only voiceover coach that does live streams Monday through Friday. No one else does it. Someone posted something about another voice actor or a voiceover coach. I saw it, but I didn't read it. Let me go back and see if I can find it with that. But it's all about doing something. Oh, Steve-O said free Bill DeWeese VO how-to webinar tomorrow, 6 p.m. That's a webinar. Now, obviously, webinars, the reason anybody does a webinar is to either you're going to sell something, like I sell my webinars, $37 for the webinar, or you're going to go on to a free webinar. Please don't think the webinar is meant to be free. Whether I do it for free or anyone else does it. Anytime there's a webinar, at the end, there's a sales that you're going to be sold something or tried to be sold something. So you're going to be hyped up in most cases about what could happen. And then you're going to be sold something on the other end to try and help you make it happen. I decided a long time ago that my webinars would not exclusively be about that because I give away my best information during the webinar. You guys have been on my webinars that have been free before. I give away my books. I give away time. I just give away stuff because I want there to be value. But please don't ever think because whether it's me or someone else, full disclosure, doing a webinar is meant to make money. It is meant to make money. I just happen to go into it with the thought process of my first consideration is to make sure that you get something that's actionable from that webinar, whether or not you buy from me or not. That's just how I roll and how I think everyone should, but most people don't. Because my main concern is literally just to make sure you get the freaking information and go do something with it. All right. Let's see here. You guys are talking to each other. I can't even talk to you guys. You guys just talk to each other in here. Earl, you just turned on some light bulbs for me. Did I? Which ones were those? Because I don't know. I just make up words and I just talk. I have no idea what I'm saying. Oh, my goodness. But now, most voice actors don't do anything on social media. You got to start. And I know how many people are on this right now? Maybe one of you will do this. Like, really? Or it may take a few months, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes a while for some of these things to solidify. They did for me, and it will for many of you as far as things that you ought to be doing. But the start is the hardest. It is hardest to start. And I'm not saying you got to do like I do something every, do a live stream every day. Who does that? That's craziness, right? Once a week. But if you're going to do something, have it consistently done on a regular schedule. Tuesdays at 4 p.m. That's when people know they can see you. Don't be random. Just don't be random. Tuesday noon, Thursday at 9 a.m., whatever it is, pick a day and a time that you consistently produce at least a piece of content. Just do that. And you can use this even from the webinar that we did on this past Sunday about LinkedIn. It's about being consistent, and it's about having a regular schedule that you do these things on if you're going to be a content producer that wants to get noticed. You need to have a regular schedule. That's why this that I do Monday through Friday, it's always at 10 a.m. If I was random, most of you folks would miss it. Or you'd be a little bit, why is he doing it this time? And, oh, well, he did it this time yesterday. Why is it this time today? You've got to think about what it is that you want to do and produce that content on a regularly scheduled basis. I don't care if you write a blog. I don't care if you produce a video. I don't care if you make a podcast. But for what it is that I'm talking about specifically, I was talking about documenting your process via video. That's it. You don't need to get fancy. You don't need to have high-end production. I didn't. I still don't consider what I do high-end production, but you do what you do. All right, let's see here. Let me go back and check to see what's going on here. Let's see. When you said document your process, I'm working on recording a poetry book. Okay, Andrea, that's great. That's great. Nick, it is hard to start. Getting the momentum is hard, and making something that isn't rubbish. But I have few ideas to boot. Look, I'm going to say this to Nick. I'm going to say this to each and every one of you. Stop thinking about it and do it. Just count it as a fact that the first couple of things you put out are going to be bullcrap. They're going to be rubbish. They're going to be bad. They're not going to be as good as you like them to be. But you do not learn how to do it without doing it. You don't learn how to get better by not messing up first. You just don't. You've got to get in and you've got to do it. So many of you are waiting and you're trying to be so fancy and you're trying to make this big production or whatever it is, or you want to look like this guy or that gal or do this kind of look. Most of my videos in the beginning days, especially through like last year, a lot of them in the beginning of the year, they were done on my phone. Not my live streams. I've done live streams on my phone, but the video production is on my phone. I do most of it now on my computer, but from recording to editing, everything was done on my phone. You guys don't need, HD, what do they call them? DH, whatever they are, those cameras, 4K cameras and all this and that. You just don't need it. You've got an excellent camera on your phone, and it's almost like I don't care what phone you have. You've got a great camera on your phone. You probably got a webcam. Stop making the excuse of, I'm not good enough yet. Stop making that excuse, letting that excuse stop you. Because you're not ever going to be good enough. You're only going to get good enough by going through and having the bumps and the bruises that you need to get in order to get good. It's not just going all of a sudden one day, you're going to be ready. It's not going to be that way. Stop letting those excuses become reasons, because they're not. They're bullshit. I'm just saying that flat out. They're not reasons. They're excuses. All right. Let's see. Andrea is saying, Earl, I appreciate consistency. That's what got me started in following you back in December. Awesomeness. Thank you, Andrea. Denise, yep. Blog is the way to go. I started with a blog, going to build from there. Great. Excuse me, Major saying the real brave ones have the Nike attitude. Just do it. Absolutely. Just do it. People are sitting back and it's so funny to me because we actually feel like we're doing something when we're sitting back contemplating. Yeah, I want to put this in the video. I want to make sure that I got this lighting and that. We actually feel like we're doing something and we're not. Turn on the camera, hit record, and go. You'll do it once. It'll be crap. Post it anyway. The next time you do it, get a little bit better. Each time that you do it, you get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. You guys see me make mistakes all through my freaking broadcasts, even now. Pressing wrong buttons, and I don't care. It's producing content. Even when people complain about, well, Earl, you got this misspelled word on your webpage. I don't care about a misspelling. I'll go back if I catch it and correct it, but me misspelling a word did not hinder me from getting where I am today. Having the sentences really all make sense all the time, or missing a word, not adding this word, not using a particular punctuation correctly, none of that stopped me from getting where I am. And if you're sitting back and you're trying to be a perfectionist on this thing, you're going to be here this same time next year in the same spot you're in. Go out there, make your mistakes, get your bumps and bruises, and earn your freaking stripes. Boom. All right. Mage is saying, know that your thin skin will thicken over time. Yeah, it will. People to make fun of. I mean, I still go back and get comments, where people saying, I look at, because all the videos, obviously, that I've done, which is approaching 300 now in under a year, either the sound might not have been really great, or my music may have overshadowed what I was trying to do in a video. And so people, they wanted to pick it apart. I didn't let any of that bother me, because my whole thing is you're not doing crap. And so many times the people that want to jab at me or whatever, I go look at them and they're doing nothing. Well, where's your YouTube channel? What are you doing? So don't worry about the mistakes, and don't worry about the people that are going to they will make fun of you. They will try and drag you down. So that's your reason for not building your business? All right. Yeah, Steve was saying I did stand-up comedy, so my skin is armadillo thick. Had to be. Hecklers. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, this has been great. I've got some more work that I got to pump out for today. I don't know if I have any appointments with any of you guys today. I don't know that I do. If you want some time with me, you can very well schedule that right on the homepage at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Can answer your questions. You get 25 minutes with me, and we'll go through whatever it is that you want to talk about. And so I'd encourage you, if you want that time, go ahead on the website, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, schedule your time with me, and we can get your questions answered and hopefully move this ball a little bit further down the football field, not soccer field. All right, guys. You guys have an awesome and amazing day. Had to take a little last jab at what's his face, Ben, on that one. So you guys see, I'm looking down because I got to click buttons. See, it's all in the game, right? See you guys tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday.